Thank you for tuning in to Gloves Off Seattle. Join your hosts Patti and Meagan on this epic historical journey. If you're here, you probably already know that we love women's sports. Gloves Off Seattle! Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.
Gloves Off Seattle.
And
Gloves Off Seattle.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yay, Jason. Okay, so we'll do this first. For those that are listening and not watching, you just heard Jason Megatron Burrows, who is joining us today for this episode. But before we get into that, I have to say that today's episode is being sponsored by She Plays. So it's brought to you by She Plays, the new platform giving women's athletes personal branding and merch collections. She Plays, pay her. Shop now at sheplays.io. Okay. So getting back into the show, Jason has graciously decided to come onto the show, and we appreciate that.
He's been behind the scenes
pleasure.
numerous times.
Yeah, he has been, honestly. Like he's our play producer. I don't know. Like we'd love to have a full-time producer on the show, but we're not that kind of
budget.
Yeah, we're not that kind of outfit yet. Anyway, but Jason is a Torrent fan and a fellow Seattle area light. He's actually a Seattleite. We're not, but Jason, the first thing after welcoming someone to the show that we always want to hear, and I know as a fan of the show you probably know this, is we want to hear, how did you get into hockey? Because I have no idea. I don't know the answer to this question.
So I was in the Navy from 1995 to 2001, and my first real duty station was in Greece. I was stationed at Naval Support Activity Suda Bay, and my group of friends were all crazy hockey nuts. And my friend Darren was a Vancouver Canucks fan. His favorite player was Pavel Bure.
Oh my
Oh my gosh, what a weird
That's the player that got me?
intersection out. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And so as I was hanging out with them, I just I got into the hockey of it all. We started a recreational gym floor hockey intramural league sort of thing. No skates, so we're just sneakers in the gym, and we put pads up all the way around so we'd have that uninterrupted hockey floor in the basketball court. And we played a lot, and I really enjoyed it. My favorite player became Brendan Shanahan, then of the Detroit Red Wings. So I was a Red Wings fan for a while.
He has no
I don't
idea what
know.
you're talking about, but I know. I know Jason.
But I then got stationed up here in Washington State. I was at NSA Whidbey Island, and then started going to Vancouver games. We would go up to Vancouver, and I would watch Vancouver games. And then when I moved into Seattle proper, I lived just a couple blocks away from where I do now, and I would go over to then Key Arena and watch the Seattle Thunderbirds. And we would sit on the glass and watch the Thunderbirds a lot. And when the Kraken came, like that was really cool, but it was always too expensive for me. But then once the torrent hit, as soon as we got that initial like, ooh, there's a chance that we could get a team after that takeover tour, I was 100% on board. So and I've been here ever
Were
since.
you at the takeover tour?
No, I was walking around Seattle Center campus as people were coming out. And so I saw everybody just glowing with how much fun it was. But I felt bad that I missed that one.
Oh,
So,
let me ask you this. Were you a P-Dub fan before the torrent?
no, I didn't become a P-Dub fan until after. So the takeover tour happened. I heard about it, and I heard that we were going to possibly get a team, and I was like, oh, okay. So then I started going and like looking at highlights, and I checked out some of the highlight reels from the takeover tour here, and the Sue Bird, Emily Brown, naughty girl, or like bad girl of it
Bad
all.
Girl Brownie. Yeah.
And then once the announcement hit, because I work for KUOW, I was like, we have to cover this. We have to, all hands on deck. And they were like, yeah.
Go ahead.
Like, please do, but also,
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so let me ask you this because I think that you have a different fan experience than we have, and I think that that's something that we don't talk about a lot because we come at it as women of women's sports, right? So I think
Yeah.
that that's a completely different fan experience than you being a man, someone who identifies as a man, and being a women's sports fan. So tell me, like, what is the fandom like for you? Like, is it a different? Do you feel like it's probably different than what we experience because you are? I don't think that you're like necessarily even maybe a super minority, but I do think that men are a minority, especially at CPA during touring games.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I was really big into roller derby, like
Oh,
women's flat track roller derby for a
uh-huh.
really long time. And so this feels like the natural evolution of that fandom, like watching all of those games and following along as it went from kind of DIY punk rock to this really elevated athletic, like women's athletics pursuit. And now getting to watch hockey, like a game that I know, being played by women who are awesome. Like it's just more fun for me to watch. And I really enjoy. There was one of the EVPs from PW back before last season did an interview, and she was talking about how the crowd experience inside a PWHL game is very different from an NHL game because of the makeup of the fans. And there are so many more women, there's so many more kids, so many more families. And there is that LGBTQ element that just makes it more welcoming for everyone. And so I love it. Like I have really fantastic seats and I love being able to yell and scream and shout. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I have to remember not to yell too loud a lot of times because then the next day my boss gets mad at me when I can't use my voice.
Yeah.
I was going to say, why? Who's trying to quiet you, Jason?
Well, because he has a job where he has to
I
actually
get
like
it.
use his voice, you know. It's like us after a game. If we do a podcast after a game, I think people appreciate the raspiness in our voice. I don't know that,
Sure.
the whole radio listening community would probably care that much about
I
your
I
voice.
did an episode of the weekend warm up after going to a game, and my voice was absolutely shot. But it was just like, and this is why
Yeah.
you should go to see one of these
Yes,
games.
because there's so much fun. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, last season was incredible. I think I
Mhm.
want to know, like, what do you feel like the highlight of last season, the first inaugural season of the tournament was for you?
Well, I am a Lexia Gia fan. I'm wearing my I just hope Lexia Gia has fun
Yes.
shirt
Yes,
from
double hockey
Double
sticks.
hockey stick.
That's
Yeah.
a double hockey stick shirt.
And her jailbreak goal against Toronto is to this day like one of hands down one of my favorite memories from last season. It was so much fun. It was at home. We were, it just felt good. And so anytime Lexi, and because that was the game that Lexi had, what Brian and I will clink for Brian.
Oh yeah,
Brian.
clink for Brian. Yep, all of us.
Yeah, a true fan. We know Jason is.
He dubbed it the Lexia Gia hat trick
Oh,
with
yeah.
the walk-in fit and the jailbreak goal and the scuffle. And
yeah.
Oh no, I thought it was the walk-in fit, I don't know, what was it? The walk-in fit something and slay the house down. Oh no, that was the walk-in fit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
the walk-in fit, the jailbreak goal, and the scuffle.
And the scuffle, yeah.
We've been waiting for that a little more often, and I was terrified that we were going to lose Lexi to Hamilton. I thought for sure that she was destined for Hamilton since she's like from there originally.
Absolutely.
Right.
No. I think a lot of us were shocked that Lexi Agia stayed, and not in a sad way. Like,
Nope.
I'm so
Right.
glad that
In a
Lexi's still with us.
great,
Oh
awesome
yeah.
way.
Well, and after talking to Bucky last week, like I think Bucky's also very excited.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Lexi's still here, so
Yeah. But like I have 2 season tickets specifically so that I can bring friends with me so that I can introduce them to hockey if they've never seen it or to women's hockey.
Do you
if
want to
they've
share
never
your
seen it.
section? What section?
Yeah, what
I'm in
section are you in?
16. I'm down just above the club seats.
That's
so
where-
the last
Yeah,
seat.
our internet friend Justin and his husband, which we
Just got-
actually saw at the farmers market this morning, totally random.
Nice.
Told us they just bought season
seats.
tickets, and I'm sorry, I'm totally like putting Justin's
Sorry,
business
Justin.
business out on the
Sorry.
internet. But they just said they got season tickets, and we were like, "Where?" And they said section 16, and we were like,
16
"No."
is
Now we know.
Is that in the special prime area where you have to show your ID to get in?
No, no,
Okay.
we're one
They're on the
outside of
other.
that. So
They're on
yeah,
the. Oh, you're on the other side of the arena from us,
right,
right? Because we're in 7.
right. I think we're opposite each other.
You're
Yeah.
where the torrents
And
shoot once.
yes,
Yeah, the
yes.
defensive end.
So
Okay.
I
Okay.
get to watch Murphy twice.
Twice,
Nice.
yes, yeah.
Nice.
Well, and
Or
it's funny
CJ,
because we've been at, yeah, or Siege or whoever, yeah. So we've
Yeah.
been in, we've been on both sides, depending on, obviously our seats at CPA are on the side where the torrents shoot twice, which we enjoy. But,
Yeah.
when we're
Away games,
in away
sometimes
games, sometimes
we,
we do on the other side just so
Yeah.
we can, yeah.
Well, and I love defense, so it's fun watching. Like this past season, maybe wasn't the best, but
It's
But
okay.
no,
You saw it all, Jason.
Yes,
Yes.
all things are in the past. We're moving forward. It's totally
Indeed.
fine.
Absolutely.
it's going to be great.
It is going to be great. What do you got, babe?
I don't know. I was just thinking about the sections and that it's true that some people like to focus on defense
Yeah.
and see that. And even though we always try to sit on the other side, that sometimes mistakenly getting on the defensive side is.
I might have bought tickets on the wrong side once.
I didn't say it was her. I didn't say it was her.
Oh, so funny. Okay, so I think that we want to talk about the season ticket holder events that happened. And this episode is going to be out on Monday, and we're recording on Saturday. So it was this week, but on Monday it'll be last week. I hate the time weirdness of recording an episode. So we're going to talk about Monday night was just Abby Murphy and Megan Turner, our GM, and Patty and I had a chance to go to that, but it was a little we were late because traffic and work and all that jazz, and so we missed the Q&A portion of that. But my hope is that you and Patty, because Patty was there for the Tuesday event, that you guys can talk us through that whole thing. We did have a chance to sit down with Abby Murphy, which now we've released all that and people know, and got to ask her the questions we felt like people wanted to know, and glad that we got that information. But then the Tuesday event was not just Abby and Megan, but it was also
Coach Bumstead
and Bucky. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm getting there. So so let's let's do our ad. We're gonna do our ad real quick, and then we'll get into that. So Patty is gonna go with the ad read. Go, Patty.
Hey friends, Megan and Patty here to key you in on the most exciting new company in women's sports right now, She Plays. The platform is designed to give women and non-binary athletes their own personal branding, merch lines, and online shops. Our favorite athlete collection right now is... Mine is Alexia George right now.
Oh, it is? Oh, it's mine's...
Yeah, she, of course I play like a girl. Yes, I play like a girl.
No, that's Sabrina Robinson.
Oh my gosh, I have it wrong. I'm sorry.
She's got it wrong. That's hilarious. That's Sabrina Robinson. Alexia George also has a line, but Sabrina Robinson has I play like a girl, which I am totally in love with. So
oh, I'm so sorry.
They just launched a bunch of WPBL players. So that's why we're getting them mixed up, because there's like 6 players.
There are 6
there's
players.
6
Who's your
WPBL.
favorite?
Oh, Sabrina's is definitely Robinson is my favorite collection of the WPBL. I also love Sarah Edwards also has a Grand Slam shirt because she was the first one to get a Grand Slam in the WPBL. So we love the fact that she's got the commemorative. I think we might be getting
absolutely
an early version of that shirt, which I'm pretty excited about.
I'm so excited about
that.
Okay,
go ahead.
Okay, when you shop at She Plays, you're not just buying a super cool shirt. You're directly supporting the athletes on the platform. Every purchase gives up to 80% of the profits back to her. She Plays, pay her. Super simple math there. When you shop at sheplays.io, use promo code GLOVESOFF, all caps, one word, at checkout for 15% off your purchase. Go shop now.
We love ad reads. Can you tell, Jason?
Oh, I love it. I was just looking at the website while you were doing that.
Yes, I love it.
We got a hit.
Yes.
Sarah Edwards, the game doesn't care. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
No, and the cool thing, I mean, not that we're not making this a She Plays episode, but the cool thing about it is that these athletes work with their designers to make their own branding, which is really cool, because it's something that, every athlete should have the opportunity to do, to be, team agnostic, like branded merchandise for themselves. So.
And Alexia George Beyond Limits. I did love that.
Oh, you did love that.
I
Yeah.
did mess it up. I'm sorry, but I do love
That's
it.
why we're here. We're here to be silly.
Very silly. And
Okay.
Okay, I'm looking at that one now too.
supportive.
Yeah, that's great.
I know.
Yeah.
They're all great. They all, and I love the fact that they each have their own style. So it's super cool. Okay, shifting back into the hockey world and the hockey community, we are going to talk about the
Events.
events. So, Jason, tell me how that event went, what your impressions were, what the players or the coach or anybody said that you thought was really interesting. Because I wasn't there, so I want to know.
So I was not able to go to the Monday event.
Right.
So I went to Tuesday, and it was, I thought it felt very well attended. Queen Anne Beer Hall is a big space, but not too big. It feels like it's roughly the same amount of people that you can get into Rough and Tumble. I think that feels right to me.
We
But it
were
was
told
there.
it's a little bit larger. So just so you know,
Yeah.
like that we were given that the capacity was bigger at Queen
Okay,
Anne, which is why they decided to do the event with the four at Queen Anne originally. So
got it.
yeah.
And so yeah, got in line. The line moved really, really quickly. I was there with my buddy Rose, and we sat at one of the two tops, the little round two tops, versus at the big bench tables. And
Showing your
I
silver history
enjoyed
there,
it.
Jason. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh
You
yeah,
two
no,
top. Yeah. Go ahead.
I liked that all of the guests of honor, right? Meg Turner and Coach Bummy and Abby and Bucky, they were all at the end of the bar, like just, I don't know, it felt like a stone's throw away from where we were sitting. So
Hanging
we could
out.
see them, and we could see them kind of hanging out and getting ready before everything started. So that was kind of neat. And Maddie and Ruby from the Torrent were there getting them all taken care of. And yeah, it was nice to go somewhere that was comfortable, where I could grab a beer, I could grab a pretzel, sit there, and like that first 30 minutes was listed as arrive, eat, and mingle. And so, I didn't get up and like move around and talk to a bunch of people, and I kind of regret that. I wish I had gone and just to see if I knew anybody else there. It was nice seeing Patty, and it was really nice seeing Alicia Crank. She
Yeah.
was there too.
Yeah.
And but then once everything got started, it felt like the Q&A segment, which was scheduled for half an hour, it went half an hour. It they were fine, like pretty random and interesting questions. They had some questions submitted by the audience. I submitted a question. It was not read.
Mm.
One of the other people at my table submitted a question, and it wasn't read either. I asked basically the same question that I think you guys asked. That was, oh no, no, sorry, it was Alicia at the draft Q&A asked, how should we differentiate between Hannah Murphy and Abby Murphy,
Oh yeah.
like when they're on the ice?
Right, right.
And but yeah, it was fun. I didn't stay for the pictures because I had another thing that I had to beat feet to get to. But it was kind of cool that they were going up by table. It wasn't just like a big mass long line. It was like they have done in the past, kind of like they did at the gold medal game at Rough and Tumble, where
Yeah.
they went over and they got table by table, brought up a few people at a time so that they could spend the time, like say a few words, talk to both Murph and to Bucky. And yeah, it looked like it was a really successful event. And so at least the photo part from the outside looked like it was really cool. But yeah, otherwise, I'm glad that I went, and I'm glad that I got the invite as a season ticket holder. But yeah, I'm curious to see what Patty thought of the second one versus the first one that you guys went to.
Well, like Megan said, we were late to the first one, so I really felt like we only saw the end of it, and that did happen. I know you left before the meet and greets were over, but after every table went up there, they pretty much left.
Oh,
So
okay.
it emptied out really quickly after that. No, I mean maybe a few people sat back down, but most people were like, "Okay, I got my meet and greet, now I'm off." But it
Which
was
is which is good to know because when we showed up and it was like
on Monday, yeah.
yeah, because the event was from 4 to 5.
It was supposed to go till
Yeah, and we showed up
five.
at like 5:15. And so it was it was pretty empty.
No, the meet and greet was supposed to be 4:30 to 5:30, and at 5:15
5:15.
it was done.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everyone
wow.
was, yeah, it was
But
pretty much
knowing that people
empty.
were filtering out after
It's
they
good.
had it made me feel like, oh, okay, maybe this wasn't as empty as it felt when we walked in. It was just less people, so they had finished up early. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah.
interrupt, but
No,
go
no,
ahead.
and that's what I did want to touch on that as well too, because I feel like we came in at the end, and that made me feel a little better, like maybe there was a better show out. But what I enjoyed, and you said you were sad that you didn't go around and mingle, which I didn't either. I was sitting with Alicia and night nurse Megan and our friend Ashley, and we were just all kind of talking. I gave Jason a hug. I was so happy you were sitting. Like I didn't even realize
Yeah.
I'm yakety smackety, and I'm like, oh, there's Jason. Okay, hi,
They're right
hug.
there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think it was a two top. We turned it into a four top, but whatever. But we sat there and the line to Bucky and Abby was right in front of us.
Yeah.
And so that's where I really felt like I mingled, because the entire restaurant went in front of us to talk to her. And so I got to talk to people about their t-shirts. We saw Heather and
She's looking at
gosh,
notes.
I am
She's looking at
looking
notes.
notes. Oh gosh, help me. Whitney and Logan,
Yeah, Whitney and
and
Logan. Yeah.
mom hugs, Heather and
Oh, Heather and Troy.
Troy. Thank you, Troy. I'm sorry I forgot your name, but I got to give them hugs, and people, said, "Oh, I love your podcast." So it was really, I felt like selfishly, it was like a meet and greet for me too, because people got to come and say hi to me
Because
before
they were standing in line right
before they
there.
got
That's
to
right.
talk
They were
to
standing in line for
people.
Patty.
So it was really nice, and I mean, just Justina saw us on that night. We met her for the first time. That was on Monday.
That
She
was
came
on
up and said
Monday. Yeah.
hi.
Hmm.
Yes, and then I'm just seeing going through.
Well, also, like, if we're shouting out people, we also saw the first night we saw McKenna.
We did
Yeah, which McKenna of
outside.
Watch no. Oh gosh, what's her handle? Watch Seattle Women's Sports.
Oof,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, McKenna. You're gonna hate me, but I'm sorry I can't remember the
we'll
handle
get
for
in the
your.
show notes.
But
Yeah.
yes, she has she actually went to the draft. McKenna went to the draft. I don't know if you followed her, Jason, but she went as a fan, not as media like Alicia did.
Nice.
But
Nice.
yeah, she kind of vlogged her media or her fan experience. So
Mhm.
that was really cool.
And then Whitney from World of Atoms came and talked to us while we were talking to Abby's mom, which we did. We did
Yeah, Patty got
descend
to
on Abby's mom.
Patty got to meet Abby's mom. I was a little jealous. I'm like, oh, we love the moms. The moms love us. I'm so sad that I didn't get to meet Abby's mom.
Yeah, it was nice. We talked to her for
That's
quite a
cool.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
She came over, and Whitney got a picture of us, so it was really good.
What do you
So,
think about the Q&A? I'm interested because I wasn't there.
I was happy with the Q&A. I felt like there were some questions that didn't get answered. I don't know that
Hmm.
anyone at our table really submitted any, because we didn't, but I was happy with the questions that got answered. I mean, talking about Bummies, uh, with the deaf school and the deaf teams,
Oh,
was
yeah.
really cool, and just a total insight, which we knew.
Yeah.
It was nice to talk about again, and Bucky's excitement to be back and
Mhm.
getting to know Bummy more. But yeah, and Meg's vision, and it was good. It was a good
Yeah.
Q&A.
Well, so here's my question for you, Jason. How have you been surviving off season? Because like this has been hard for us. And I think a lot of our fans know we switched to baseball. That's how we've been surviving off season. But how have you been surviving off season? Because I feel like this is the first thing we've really done like as a torrent fan base
Yeah.
since last year, or last season.
Yeah. I've really been diving back into work. I
I'm
I work at
sorry.
KOW, and so it's the
Yep.
news, and so we're always scrambling. But it's been nice to just kind of focus on that without having to worry about um, what time do I need to leave so that I can get to Climate Pledge Arena an hour and a half ahead of time so that I can stand in line for an hour. Um, we one of my coworkers is working on a segment for our show that is um, do Seattleites or Pacific Northwesterners like to stand in line? And I am one of the panelists because I will go stand in line for a torrent game for over an hour, but to
So
get in.
so what's the answer? Do you like to stand in line?
I do. I,
Oh,
I I am a line stander.
okay.
I don't mind it. And so, like I have a whole lot of merch, and so I wear merch often so that I can have that sort of connection.
Yeah.
but like following along with all of the draft stuff, we had the draft party, and that was a fun time with a
Absolutely.
bunch of people and at a new location. And that was a really good experience. Following along with Alicia's coverage of everything that's happened post draft has been pretty interesting. And yeah, just I have been enjoying the PR tour that the Torrent is going on right now. And um, because I am part of the mainstream media who has a media pass through the torrent, I am getting a bunch of the emails from Ruby and from that team
Right.
talking about like some of the things that are going to be coming up. And so all of that is just kind of like, all right, like I know what our timeline is. Like now that we know that training camp is going to start a week after it started last year in
Yeah.
November. So our first game will likely be, closer to Thanksgiving than it was last year. Like all of that is like, all right, like
Wasn't it
I,
the Friday before
I
Thanksgiving?
think it
Yeah,
was.
it was the
yeah,
Friday before Thanksgiving last year. Oh
Yeah.
no, that was the
That
first home
market
game.
opener.
yeah.
Yeah, that
First
was
home
the
game
Yeah.
was
home
that the
game.
28th. The
Yeah.
Yeah.
first game was Vancouver on the 21st.
That's right. That's right.
And so I'm curious if we're going to have a first home game. Like we
What our
know
first
that
game is going to be.
the schedule is likely going to come out in October. We're likely going to get New Jersey reveals sometime in October. They're going to start hitting that, like the team is in town and they're doing stuff coming in October.
Yeah.
So it's like a month and a half that we have to wait. And I'm like, all right, we can survive this. I just keep, like I just keep pointing at my
That's right.
doing my
Same.
merch
Well,
stuff.
mine's on the
Yeah.
PWHL side, but still,
Yeah.
there's torn on the other side.
Hmm. So, it's so wild. I've never felt like this about a specific team. Um,
Really?
it's interesting. Like I have lived in Seattle since 2001, so I'm 25 years here now, and I've been a Mariners fan since '98 when I moved to Washington State, and even the Mariners, I haven't been like, all right, like when is opening day? I love the Seahawks. I'm a big football nerd, but like they won the Super Bowl last year, and even now I'm just like, well, we're preseason. I'm not really worried about it until. But the Torrent, I'm just like, come on, let's go, let's go,
Yeah.
let's go, let's get
Well,
there.
and even like, I mean, there's talk now about extending the season because the off season is so long that it's hard to keep people's interest, peaked for a 6 month off season. And so it's like, how do we keep people interested, involved, engaged, for the 6 months when there's no hockey and really not a lot going on because, the players are all off doing the things that they do, the summer camps and that sort of thing,
Right.
because a lot of them have to have these quote unquote
Side
jobs
gigs.
in the
Yeah.
summertime to make ends meet. So it's not like the MNHL where they can play golf all summer. Like they don't have
Right.
that option. They have to go and do these other things, which I think a lot of them enjoy doing the development camps. But it's just it's a time suck for them where they have to work in the off season to make sure that they're
That did cue my memory into, sorry not to interrupt you, Jason, but Bucky was talking about golfing through over the
Oh
summer
yeah.
that she works at a golf course and that's like the best thing because she would wake up and like mow the grass and do the thing and then she would,
play
golf
golf.
19 holes, shoot 19 holes, strike, I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever they call it. I don't golf. So, but yeah, she's enjoying that, but also has a job while she's doing it.
Yeah.
So that's not the same for MNHL.
I never thought I would be surprised by anything sports related, but the amount of Seattle Torrent players who play and make golf content has really like Sir Dackney had a bunch of golf stuff. Hannah
Yep.
Murphy talks about golf all the time.
Hmm.
Abby Murphy and like the whole draft class
Yeah.
were playing golf up in Detroit,
Yep.
and yeah, so much golf. I
Well,
would,
I
is
think
it because of the
it
swing?
lends it is because of the
It's the
swing,
swing.
right?
Yeah.
Like because it's like the shooting
Yeah,
and
you need a goalie. I think golf would be more interesting if there was defense, but that's just me. It's
Yes.
me.
this is a line that she says often. This is not
Yeah.
new, just so you know.
Someone running in front of the hole, trying to
Hmm.
block it, something. I don't know, with a pokey stick, maybe, so it's not so hard, but I don't know.
I've only played golf once, and it was a scramble where it was, whoever hit the longest drive, that's where everybody started from. And that
Oh,
that felt more fun to me. But
that sounds
that's
more
because
fun.
I'm terrible at golf. But
It's a little ball.
It is a little ball.
It's a little ball.
I know it's hard.
uh
Okay. Oh, go ahead, Jason.
one more thing.
Yeah, yeah, please.
The Q&A with the group at the Tuesday event included a question about Abby Murphy trying a Seattle dog.
Oh,
And she talked about how she doesn't like cream cheese on a hot dog. And
what?
my heart just kind of broke a little bit. It's like, come on, man. You're supposed to be endearing yourself to us.
Yeah, yeah. Don't shame us all for having the weirdest hot dog on the face of the planet.
Yeah,
It was
yuck,
rated
Seattle
the number
Dion.
one hot dog in the country by the New York Times.
I believe you. I believe you.
But I like cream cheese, so.
Yeah. No, I like cream cheese too. There's nothing wrong with cream cheese. I mean, on a hot dog, I think whatever. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so I want to know what we can all chime in on this. What are we looking forward to for the upcoming season that's starting here pretty soon?
Um, I'm interested to see what the lines look like as we start the season. I know that they're going to change as we go. We've got 30 games this coming up season. So I know that the lines are going to change, but I'm really curious where we start. Like who's on that first line, who's on that second line, which pieces play which roles. And I am curious what our defense is going to look like, having lost so many people in the expansion process. So, yeah. And I'm excited for Lexi to come back because she's fun to watch play.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I think that my excitement about defense is our new assistant coach, Stephanie McKeo, because I think that she was a defender. She's like a very highly decorated, top-rated defender, and I think that I'm excited to see what she's going to bring to the defense of this team. And I think that I'm interested to see how they implement the punishing, that whole,
Yes.
Meg Turner's punishing rhetoric. I'm interested to see what that looks like. I'm also very interested to see if Abby Murphy can keep herself out of the penalty box because I
Yeah.
think that this is just I think this is something that she will learn. And I'm not saying I'm sure this is the learning curve of going from NCAA to the PWHL is that she's gonna have to learn about the no escape rule and that it can put the
Yeah.
team at a huge disadvantage to put somebody for somebody to go in the penalty box at certain places in the game and that there is good penalties and bad penalties, which is funny because it's like me talking about that is laughable, but I get
You're
it.
getting it.
I do.
You
I
are
get
getting
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really excited to watch the growth and maturity of Hannah Murphy and to see her more in
Yeah.
net and to see
Yes.
how that she is going to grow into the net and just becomes, our goalie.
Yeah.
And no disrespect. I mean, I love Corinne Schroeder and I miss her,
Yeah.
but I'm excited to see how Hannah grows and matures.
I love Corinne Schroeder. Can I just say that out loud? Like it was her birthday the other day, and I wished her a happy birthday. And I was like, she just makes me smile. Like once a torrent, always a torrent. I don't care who they
Yes.
play for.
That's in our hashtags now, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's not. But I got it.
Needs to
Once a
be.
torrent, always a torrent.
Absolutely.
I agree with. I was talking to my buddy Rose, and she was talking about how she has friends in Detroit, and she is really excited to go to a Detroit not versus Seattle game, right? Like Detroit versus anybody else, so that she can wear her Seattle Hillary Knight jersey and feel like she's supporting Hillary Knight and not
Rooting against the
lamenting the
Torrent.
loss, right? Like if
Yeah.
it's, I'm wearing a Seattle jersey, but, so she wants to go and be able to watch Detroit play and cheer on those Torrent players.
Absolutely.
And yeah, because we like that once a Torrent, always a Torrent mantra.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm also, the thing that I think is going to be really instrumental to how the season feels coming up is what the reffing looks like this coming season, right? They've talked a lot about trying to get like a dedicated PWHL reffing staff where this is all that they do and that
Yep.
like they're paid well and they
Do the job well.
only have to worry about remembering one specific
Set of
rule
rules.
set as they're doing this job because reffing NCAA is going to be different than reffing PW, is going to be different than reffing the NHL. And so I know that there was a lot of noise made, both physically in the arena and online in discussion and analysis about what reffing looked like last season. So I'm curious what updates, if any, the organization is going to make.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not alone there.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, I think the reality is we need dedicated refs. Like I think that's full stop, period.
And maybe with 12 teams that's more possible now that they can travel with teams and have more, have more work and keep them
employed, fully employed. Yeah.
Full time employed.
Yeah.
Because we've got 15 home games this coming season. And so
that's what we've been told. We haven't actually seen the schedule.
We don't have that February Olympic gap,
right?
Like we did last season. So I'm excited.
There's still maybe isn't there some kind of international break that happens every year, no matter whether there's Olympics or not?
Yeah, I think isn't that what we're looking at going into November? Right, like the international play is why we're starting.
I have no idea. Yeah, that's something I don't know. I'm sure Brian Clink, everybody Clink, Brian can inform us about when the international break will be this year. Because I feel like there's international play every year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even when in a non-Olympic year, we still do like the rivalry series. Yeah. And all that stuff, right? I mean, I'm not making this up, right? Like I'm
right.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, you think you're not making it up, but you're not sure. And I'm like, I think we do it every year. So
we will not take a month off for the Olympics again. That will not happen. But I think that there is still some I think there might be some breakage in play for people to go back and play for their home countries for a short period of time.
Right. Because wasn't that when I was trying to find a game when I was traveling the United States?
It was international.
During the break, and so I think it does happen.
That was the year before we got a team, so
yeah. But also, I wanted to say with the whole referee staff and that whole on ice officiating team, I hope that if they do hire dedicated staff, that there's more women.
Yeah,
like it doesn't have to be. A lot of times it was 50-50. A lot of times it was, but why isn't it more female?
Yeah, well, and it's probably like, like a lot of professions, it's like if it wasn't historically females that did the profession, it's harder to envision yourself as a woman going into, a ref job. So I think it's one of those things that as there's more women, especially as there's a women's league, as women are, staying with and in hockey longer, like there'll be more interest in them becoming, because I think most referees at one point were hockey players, right? Like I'm not, right. Right. So like, I think that's the, that's how you get there is like,
well, it's like, if you can't do, you teach. If you can't play, you.
Wow. Holy cow. If you can't play, you officiate. Maybe? Dang.
I don't know. You want to stay in
coach.
It, right? However it can.
Or you coach out.
You're off ice official, whatever it is. You want to stay in the game.
Yeah.
So, I think that there's probably a feed. I think there's a feed line from, people who play hockey, whether they do it recreationally or whatever. And then if they don't go pro, obviously that there are other jobs that exist, like being an on ice officiant.
Yeah.
Without being disparaging towards them.
I didn't mean to be. I really didn't.
We don't boo the refs over here. We don't.
Never.
I have only booed on occasion.
Yeah. It's okay, Jason. We have many friends that boo the refs. We still love them. We just will not participate. So
I generally just use the whiteboard. I hold up I respectfully disagree with that call.
I love it. He's polite even in the
I mean, you know me, I'll say, are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, this is really funny because our kids will point this out, because she'll be like, we don't boo the refs, but they're like, but you will talk back to them. And it's like, yes, she will.
Anything that opens a discussion.
Yeah, there's a big difference between booing, because there's no conversation in a boo. You're just booing.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Yep.
Okay. I want to give Patti the last word, and then we'll go back to Jason, because I want to, if people want to connect with you in the, think about that, sure. how you want them to connect with you. Patti, what's the last word?
The last word has to be community, right? Because you're a part of our hockey community, Jason, and we feel like that family just vibe and feeling about it, and we're happy to be in this community with you. So thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. And Jason, thank you so much for just taking the time. I mean, we've been talking about it for forever, so I'm so glad we finally got it all together. But
Me too.
If people want to connect with you online or wherever, just, let them know where they can do that at.
I'm most active in the Seattle Torrent Discord server. My name is just Jason B in there. But I'm on Instagram. My username there is at Punk Jr. PUNKJR. It's an old name from my Navy days. But yeah,
cool.
Punk Jr. on Instagram.
In the Navy too. Like,
yeah, we didn't know that
about you,
yeah.
Jason, that we don't know.
That's very cool.
Thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you for your service. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for just being an amazing friend and fan and, part of our hockey family. So we love it. So can't wait for the season to start.
Me too.
Come on.
Okay, guys. We will talk to everybody next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And that's the show. Tune in next time for another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.